Everybody's doing well tonight. I know it's cold out. Thank God we're not going to be getting any snow. Good thing. Warm-up's coming. That's the good thing about it. I'm just going to let you guys know. I did get some intel that there's going to be a police department that is going to be getting in some trouble. They're going to get fucked up big time and investigated because of some shit that is against the law and doing illegal laws and illegal ordinances that is unconstitutional. I just found out by somebody. Turns out that the person that I was speaking to, that is an officer, finding out that it is unconstitutional to ban a certain thing that is a violation of the First Amendment. And it turns out the police department is going to have a big investigation that's going to be going on. And I do think that the township in Middlesex County is going to deal with the governor as well as an agency that's going to come in here and do an internal affairs investigation. And also possibly what I did forget that someone was saying that I do think what's very disgusting and what I've heard is committees. The committee board of the township is the people that are controlling townships and passing ordinances and passing things. It's very disgusting how a town has to obey the the committee members that tell what people can and can't do and get arrested. That has to be enforced by the committee. The law enforcement officers are the thing that has to do that. I think it's completely wrong to pass a law that is unconstitutional. And I think it's wrong. And doing things to people and giving out summons because of the fact that you're passing an ordinance and a law that is unconstitutional to people. And that is not illegal to do so. Now, and I'm going to explain the truth in a minute. Just give me 1 second, guys. I got to be right back. Give me 1 second. Actually, we're going to be okay. Do apologize for that, guys. Due to my phone dying, I don't know why, but it's disgusting. Yeah, the ordinance that this township passed is unconstitutional. It is very, very unconstitutional. It's a First Amendment protected activity, and the township in Middlesex County passed an ordinance where the cops have to enforce it, to give out summons to people because if they violate that ordinance. Now, when it comes to First Amendment protected activity, you figure First Amendment protected activity, you're supposed to protect your constitutional rights, correct? So this township, and I'm going to spill it. I'm going to spill it right now. And I do think that the person that was telling me this information is very disgusting. Officer Coffey, Sergeant Coffey of Piscataway Police, said that the committee meeting passed this ordinance to say that it is unconstitutional, or that it is completely against the law for anybody to ask for help. Now, I consider that is illegal for them to pass the law. I think it's illegal for an ordinance that is unconstitutional for someone to ask for help. The police department can get a lawsuit. So even if they ask for a summons, there's a percentage that they're going to have to get a deal with a federal lawsuit. For a township with a committee like that to do that, they should understand, and like the officer told the person that told me, because that's what pretty much happened, vice versa. So the person I was talking to that's giving me this intel, he's telling me what the officer said. Mr. Coffee, Sergeant Coffee, badge number 115, said that the committee says that it is illegal for anybody like that is a First Amendment protected activity, is completely illegal. But it is a First Amendment protected activity. So why is somebody going to get a summons for doing legal activity? That doesn't make no fucking sense. Now, what is the judge going to say when it comes to somebody getting a summons? Has to show up to court with an attorney and sees that it is against the Constitution. Now, what's going to happen? The judge is going to dismiss it, walk away, and then that's it? Is that person going to allow to do it again? And then that cop that arrested or, say, gave a summons, turns out that officer is going to lose their qualified immunity because of the fact they violated their Fourth Amendment, the person's Fourth Amendment right, as well as the First Amendment. How I look at it, they're saying that what that person's doing is asking for help. It's completely unconstitutional. They mean it's not a constitutional activity. That's bullshit. It is legal. It doesn't matter that your ordinance is doing your business, it's doing your thing. When it comes to the U.S. Constitution, a U.S. Constitution is protected activity. It doesn't matter if it's free speech, it doesn't matter if it's free press, it doesn't matter if it's panhandling or something else. Your committee just broke a federal law. And this sergeant thinks he's doing a good job by enforcing the ordinance because the committee that you guys are paying in Piscataway and other towns in this state, you're paying this town to pass stupid fucking laws and ordinances out there to get someone summoned to go to court and arrested. When the cops need to enforce the legal activity, that means if somebody's out there asking for help because they're not getting the help, this officer didn't give a fuck about that. There's officers that don't give a fuck about your safety and your well-being. They don't care. All they worry about, to me, and as well as my friend and a few other people, and an NYPD officer, because I did talk to him with my friend, and he did actually tell me that it is unconstitutional that this so-called township passed this ordinance. Because over there in the NYPD, there's people out there asking for help, and the cops do not bother them because they know it's a First Amendment protected activity. Now, with the ordinance being passed and doing what they're doing is unconstitutional. That means they're violating your constitutional rights, meaning they're violating your Fourth Amendment right because they're asking you for your personal identification, meaning your ID, your date of birth, and everything else, on top of your First Amendment. They're telling you to stop what you're doing. Now, I consider that unconstitutional by violating your rights. That's disgusting. And this Sergeant Coffee, badge number 115, because this person's telling me the truth. He wants to tell me what's going on and what this person said. And on top of, he talked to somebody from the office saying something that the reason why they passed it because they don't want people out there feeling bad for people. Now, New Jersey, state of New Jersey, what I've heard about this with this person, and a few other people were telling me, and sending me info and sending me intel, is that the state ain't helping people that are in need of help. There's people out there that are abusing the fucking system. They're abusing the system. So there's people out there, for example, what I've heard from this gentleman, because I can believe this person because he, does everything right and he learns and listens to everything. Even when an NYPD officer is even saying the same thing, that people are complaining because of the fact that people are abusing the system. Anything for social services, state aid, state help, anything like that. There's people out there that are abusing the privileges, that are the people that are taking advantage of the system, that does not need the help. They're just sucking the system. They're doing illegal stuff. They're doing illegal things, making money illegally. Not saying that it's, obstacle But there's people out there that do sell drugs. They do things that are illegal to make money. Illegal hustle. And people like that do not deserve the assistance that people that actually are disabled. There's people out there that are veterans. And there's people out there that were kicked out of their homes because of these migrants. And there's people out there that are completely disabled, that are going through a very tough, hard time, that are supposed to be getting help, and they're getting denied because of these fucking state officials are just blowing people off and throwing them to the curb and waiting for people that are abusing the system. And that's what this person was telling me. I think it's very disgusting that people community that likes to help, like to give, and do good things to people, and good things for people. There's people out there that are abusing it, and they're doing things, and they're getting away with it. And cops are not charging these people for crimes, that they're selling heroin, selling cocaine, selling methamphetamine, doing sex trafficking or human trafficking, that type of shit. It's very fucking disgusting. But when there's good people out there that need the help, that are suffering badly because they did good things to people, and now it needs the return of goodness from God. God needs to give blessings and prayers to people that are good people that deserve it. To me, it's very disgusting because, like I said, my friend, he tells me a lot of intel. He tells me a lot of stuff. And I'm going to tell you something. It's very disgusting the way people are today. They don't care about nobody else, but when people ask for help, believe me, there's people out there that are willing to give and they're willing to do. And especially when people see we're struggling. Somebody has to go along and call the police a non-emergency number to say that people are doing things just so they can get off the street and kick them off. That's what a lot of people are doing too. They're trying to pinpoint people, trying to see who people are, and they're going around and they're fucking with them because the police were notified and letting them know that they're doing something. That's disgusting. But there's people out there that are in social services that are getting help. And he's out there doing the same fucking thing, panhandling on a street and getting away with it. And all because he's African American man. That's why. Because it's going to make everybody feel that he's being racially profiled or because of his so-called orientation, sexual orientation, if anything. Because a lot of times cops do that. They racially profile for color, or they racially profile for any kind of other reason, because that's what cops do. But I'm going to tell you something. A lot of racism has been spiking very badly in this country. And it's going to get worse. Because you got someone in this so-called White House that says he wants to protect the country, he wants to protect people, he wants to stop criminals, he wants to stop things. But I'm going to tell you, from the beginning, when that motherfucker came into the White House, all this person wanted to do, Donald Trump wanted to do, was starting white America. And I consider that not the correct way of saying it. The right way of saying it is United States of America. Because who is in our country is Americans. Illegals, I'm going to tell you something. Illegals don't belong here. Yes, our country is made up of migrants and immigrants and stuff like that were imported from other countries. You know, went to Brooklyn, Ellis Island, went all over to New York. You know, there's a lot of people that are Portuguese, Italian, Russians, Polish, Hungarians, all work. Our country is made up with immigrants. But they came here legally with immigration status. Not Mexicans that walked over the border. Came over into our border illegally. Bringing in drugs, bringing in guns, bringing in underage kids, and doing some sexual stuff and selling them for fucking, no. That's not the way it works. This country was made with immigrants, not illegal immigrants that are doing bad things. How many kids out there in this world, we don't know for sure, with fentanyl? Fentanyl was a very, very bad, deadly drug. How many people out there that have it, and it could be, all it takes is one kid to get a pill, a fentanyl pill, and that's all it takes is one dosage to kill that kid. All it takes is 1 or 2 pills of fentanyl and laced drugs that can kill anyone. And who has to save the day? The cops, the fire department, or paramedics that has to have Narcan to take care of these people that considerably OD'd on a drug that was pretty much fatal. Okay? Now, the thing I don't like, and I'm going to get back to the police situation, it's very disgusting what police do to people and what they mentally do to people. It's like all the police departments in New Jersey, they're fucking pieces of shit. My friend even agrees with that. NYPD officer, listen, man, I respect certain police officers, especially when they do clean work, they do things legally, they do things correctly. If someone didn't commit a crime, they shouldn't be charged with the crime. If he didn't do anything, to break the law, he shouldn't get arrested for no reason. But when it comes to cop retaliation, cops will do anything. They don't give a fuck. Especially when somebody exercises their First Amendment right, free speech, free press, whatever the fuck it is. These cops have no care. They'll come after you, they'll charge you. They don't give a fuck. They'll do anything in their power. They'll use anything with therapy, psychiatrists, the shrink. They don't give a fuck. These cops will do anything in their power to get a warrant, go get some paperwork, get some stuff, and use it against that person and charge them legally. So the retaliation, they can't say it's retaliation, it's completely legal. But when it comes to retaliation, cops retaliate on a lot of people. They do. All it takes is someone in this world that are angry at police because of the fact of what they did to people mentally. And what they did to their background. It's bullshit. And all it takes is someone to stick a middle finger at them, and they're going to come charging at them in their fucking police cruiser and take their ego and their anger that they have, because they don't want somebody to say, why the fuck did you stick the middle finger at them? Why did you do that to me, sir? I want your license, registration, insurance because of free speech, but then you're going to give them a false ticket and take them to court with the summons. But all it takes is that person to record that so-called altercation. Cop denies it, but has that recorded. Why did you stop me? Was it because of the middle finger? It's free speech. You can't do shit. And especially saying fuck the police or anything like that. It's not against the law. Cops, for some reason, I don't know what it is with them, they have a fucking ego, and they don't like it. They don't like when people come after them. They don't like when people do things to them. But when it happens, when you fuck with somebody, you do something to somebody, and it's okay for you to just walk away and think that nothing happened? Does that seem okay for an officer to do that to somebody? Or arrest someone because they're laughing at the police officer because they think it's funny that they stuck the middle finger at a cop? They get arrested for free speech? Are you fucking serious? And panhandling is not against the law. Panhandling is not against the law and someone's doing it. Somebody that's abusing the social services system. I've heard all this news. I'm getting all this intel from people. I'm getting text messages. I'm getting everything given to me for this reason. Harassing somebody and fucking with somebody because someone needs help, and the state, the county are not helping nobody. They're not helping anyone. That doesn't make no sense. And that officer now, like I've heard, the officer in that black Piscataway police officer cruiser was unmarked, had those little nipples on the top of their fucking car. For what reason? Don't know. Harassing somebody. It never bothered them for almost 5 to 6 days. Why harass somebody? Now, was that person being pinpointed? Was that person being watched to see what people are doing? And this is what happens in life. When you fuck with people, you fuck with family, you fuck with things, it comes back. It comes back. The guy should have knew not to fuck with people. You knew you didn't want to do it, and you did. And then you crossed that line. And you know who I'm talking about. Somebody already told me that name. And then finding out that a district attorney in Newark, New Jersey, how there was a case against Miss Kova versus Woodbridge Township Police. How disgusting and how disturbing. I know, I remember that too. Somebody was telling me how 2 officers from Woodbridge Township got into a fight at a bar and got arrested because they were fucking drunk. At a bar. In some county or some township down in South Jersey, they got arrested because they assaulted somebody because they were fucking drunk. And they lost their job. practically, I think they lost their job. What the fuck? You're supposed to protect and serve, not fight innocent people at a bar because you're fucking drunk. Because you don't know how to control your ego. Someone probably said something to you. You should have controlled yourself. Now when it comes to police officers that like to harass people, and all the interactions, this is funny too. Hearing the real truth in video, camera footage, of all interactions with police, everything, I'm talking about everything. All interactions that are coming at cops are doing things to this person. He has tons of evidence. Tons of fucking evidence against these police officers from Piscataway, South Plainfield, Woodbridge, Rahway, Edison, Old Bridge. I mean, the whole works. Got everything recorded. Do you not understand linkage of police departments and what they do talking? People following, stalking, harassing, fakely calling non-emergency numbers. Non-emergency numbers to bother people. And do things to innocent people. That's disgusting. Calling non-emergency numbers to make false incident reports or false things to get people into fucking trouble or get them arrested. That's disgusting. One person did that too. And my friend told me about it. And it's a very disturbing man. And he did the same thing too, saying that someone did something to him. Arguing and fighting with him. That's bullshit. Someone told me that too, and I think it's disgusting how he can text somebody and talk to somebody on his phone and set this person up that he's not doing anything completely wrong besides doing legal things. It's not against the law. Doing legal things is not against the law. But this guy wanted to turn around, wanted to do things to somebody innocently for no reason. And I think it's very disturbing and disgusting that this person did that. And like I said, this person has disabilities. He's getting free social services help. And he's abusing the system by doing something that people are saying that he's doing is illegal. But he's still doing it, and the cops are not enforcing it. And this man's name is Keith. This man's name is Keith. When I heard from somebody, he told me everything that what was going on with him. When problems started occurring. Things didn't start like this gentleman even told me. This gentleman didn't do anything until after the second day is when these cops were coming around. Cops were doing things to this person innocently for no reason. Text messages were getting piled through. Text messages were getting sent to someone else and making false calls, false things that someone's saying that they're in the roadway, saying that they're doing. Oh yeah, it's disgusting. And how the fucking you people out there think it's okay to do that to somebody? When you're in the roadway and you're impeding fucking traffic. You're impeding traffic. You got people out there, what I've heard from this gentleman that is telling me things, is how people are beeping at him, telling people to fucking move because the light was green and he's standing in the roadway talking to people and saying things to people and impeding traffic, and people are getting angry about it at that fucking one intersection. On Stelton Road, slashed off-ramp near the exit. He's stopping cars. Impeding traffic. Shouldn't he get fined for that too? Shouldn't the law be applied to him as well? That he stopping these vehicles asking for money? When the light's green, you're stopping vehicles and people are getting pissed because they have to get somewhere? Impeding traffic. That's against the law. Doesn't make no fucking sense. And this man's telling me the truth, everything that's going on. But then everybody accuses this man that is standing there doing nothing to anybody, just sitting there minding his own business and enjoying the day. And everybody wants to sit there and make a false phone call saying that this person's in a fucking roadway or standing out in the road blocking cars when that gentleman was doing it. You want to accuse the white man, but what is the African American man doing? He's doing the same thing, and the white man is getting accused for what that gentleman that is asking for money is doing. What he's doing is impeding traffic and stopping people from getting where they need to go. If they have to go to work, they're coming home. Yeah, that gentleman there is stopping it, Mr. Keith. Yeah, it's very disgusting how people can get away with that, right? But pick on the white man, right? Oh, that's right. Racism is so high in this country now. White supremacy with Donald Trump, that's the problem. Ever since Donald Trump came in back into the fucking White House, this country has been going so badly with the racism. It's disgusting. Racism needs to fucking stop. That's how I look at it. We're better veterans, we're better senior citizens, people that need this country alive. And leave the people that are different, so-called African American, Hispanic, Latino, people from other countries, leave them the fuck alone. If they're here legally and they're doing their thing, they're working, they're making their paycheck, and they're doing what they're doing every day to get home, live with their family, leave them the fuck alone. If you're a white man, stop being racist. If you're a white man, be respectful to every race. And if you're a white man, do the right thing and make everybody a family and not treat people like a fucking piece of crap on the street. Do the right thing. Respect all race. Not Black Lives Matter. Not like White Lives Matter. George Floyd matters. It matters about everybody. We're all family. We're all family. But the police are not. They're just fucking tyrants. That's what they are. They're fucking tyrants. And to me, I got more anger towards the police more than anyone out there. I can hang out with anybody, talk to anyone, and respect anybody. That's the way I look. I don't go against nobody. My friend don't go against nobody. We all get along with all race people. We have no problem with anybody that's black, that's Hispanic, Latino, Italian, French, Russian. We all are good with people. The people out there that are fucking haters against the First Amendment, free press, First Amendment, free speech. You people need to fucking stop your nonsense. Point out simple. We're all Americans. Only people I feel that don't belong here is illegal immigrants that are getting fucking free money, free fucking housing. They have kids here. Now they're American kids. Now they have a reason to stay in this country, and now they're legal Americans. When they were illegally here, crossing the border, having someone import them in a vehicle, a truck, bus, van, whatever, they were imported here. And they're getting free housing, free medical, free stuff given to them, but us American people gotta work hard. And inflation is getting out of fucking control. Food is getting hot. Gas is going. There's a lot of things that's going on. We need a break. Everybody needs a fucking break. And the tyrants need to fucking leave people the fuck alone. That's how I look at it. You guys put yourself to that. You don't own us. We own you. You listen to us Americans. We pay you to do your fucking job. And do it legally. And respect the Constitution, because that's what you're here for. We're here to respect the Constitution, but as well as to have your own laws that you have to obey, your own policies, and your own shit. You need to obey that too. Or you lose your fucking job, lose your qualified immunity, and that means you don't have a fucking badge and gun anymore. You're on the street just like a civilian. That's how it works. And these police departments need to be more strict with their officers. Checking out the badge, the dash cam footage, the body cam footage. I think all the supervisors, the captains, lieutenants, I think they need to look over all the body cam footage and everything else. And I do think that Governor Murphy needs to pass an ordinance that are allowed for anybody that needs body cam footage from an officer, because if an officer did lie, dash cam footage, he lied, anybody's allowed to request for that body cam footage. It doesn't matter what charge they were charged at. I think a law needs to be passed by the legislation, I forgot, I can't say because it's hard to say, from the State House, Supreme Court, that needs a law that needs to be passed by Governor Murphy or the Supreme Court, has to pass a law where these cops need to give body cam footage to people. It doesn't matter. The person that got charged, the person that the spouse has to get it, I don't give a fuck. I think they all need to pass a law where everybody should deserve to get public record. And when cops want to deny it, it's because of the fact they don't want to get criminalized for their actions. And if they lied or they did violate someone's constitutional rights, things need to be fucking done. And I'm talking about Rawway, because Rawway's disgusting. Galway is horrendous. And what they do is they violate everybody's rights, doing searches and seizures and taking shit and using it against them, using it against people so they can charge them with the crime. That's bullshit. You know things are legal. You know a law was passed for those taser guns. They were passed for certain things, mace spray and all that stuff. There shouldn't be no fucking reason for anybody to get arrested for something they didn't do. In Galway, Woodbridge, and Edison, all three of you motherfuckers are pieces of shit. And Piscataway's one of them too, especially harassing somebody because they're doing something legal. But because a committee meeting has to pass a fucking ordinance, you gotta enforce it? I don't think so. You know what's legal, you know what to do, you leave people the fuck alone. Now you're on a target list now. And it's very disgusting now that my friend turned around and signed a complaint against Piscataway police because of what the officer did to that person's family member. It's disgusting and it's a fucking disgrace. And now all of a sudden Piscataway's going to get their taste of their own shit with the Attorney General's office too. I think all townships are corrupt. They really, really are. I bet you somebody paid this officer to fuck with somebody. Hey, pay him $1,000. Hey, can you go fuck with that person that's on that bridge? Or fuck with that person that's on that street? I'm sorry. Cops get paid for bribes, and I know they do. I know there's a lot of cops out there that will do anything in their power to fuck with somebody and make their day miserable. And put them out on the street. That's just disgusting. And Officer Coffee, badge number 115, you're a fucking disgrace. You're a fucking disgrace that you can sit here and listen to the committee meeting. But what about if the mayor found out what you did? Letting your officer do what they want to this person, I don't think they would allow it. I think the mayor would be pissed the fuck off that you're violating someone's First Amendment right. I do think, and in the committee meeting, I bet you a lot of these mayors in this state do not know what these committees are doing. They don't know what the fuck the mayor's doing, the police department's doing to people. I don't think a lot of these mayors don't know what people are doing. And I do think a lot of people need to give their attention. I think they need to get some attention to understand what the police officers are doing. But Piscataway police are disgusting. You're really disgusting. South Plainfield too, you're fucking disgusting. All police officers in New Jersey are disgusting, especially all the fucking police departments down in South Jersey. You suck. You all suck. All police departments are. State police, sheriff. I don't give a fuck. You guys suck. What you do to people innocently, because you guys don't have nothing else to do besides drink coffee and eat fucking donuts. It's like someone was telling me that an officer was getting a donut at fucking 9 o'clock at night with fucking 4 coffees. That's a disgrace. And it's also funny because what does cops love? They love donuts and coffee. But they're also pieces of shit. That's why when they cross someone's line, you cross someone's line and you do something to someone's family member, it comes back in good graces. And karma's coming for Piscataway now. I hope you're ready for that because my friend did his job. He did his job. My friend Victor's doing his job. Let Victor do his job. You're a fucking disgrace. All these police officers and police departments are violating people's rights and fucking harassing people because they're not doing nothing. They're leaving everybody alone. No, it takes one person to complain. Oh, why is this doing that? I have to call the police. Sir, officer, I'm just letting you know there's somebody out here doing something. He scared me or this person scared me and they were doing this to me. Well, I need an officer out here ASAP. Make a face fucking false ass phone call. Just to bother somebody. It's disgusting. Everyone, you have a beautiful day. Fuck you, Tyrants. Fuck the blue one. Fuck the blue gang. Fuck police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police.